A large part of mid-Michigan has been without a state senator for more than 200 days. Now, a new lawsuit is trying to force Governor Gretchen Whitmer to call a special election to fill the empty 35th state Senate district seat. Mid-Michigan Now's Andrea Flores explains why some say this case is about more than just politics.
The 35th State Senate District covers parts of Saginaw, Midland, and Bay counties and represents about 270,000 people. Since January, they've had no one in Lansing speaking for them in the Senate. Now residents from all three counties are suing Governor Whitmer to get that seat filled. Kristen McDonald-Rivet was the 35th District State Senator, but was elected to serve in Congress to represent Michigan's 8th Congressional District. Since January, the 35th District hasn't had a senator. Attorney Philip Ellison with outside legal counsel says that's left residents without a voice on important state decisions.
There's frustration that they don't have representation down in Lansing when Lansing's making all of these important decisions every day about laws and policies that are going to affect everybody's lives.
Ellison filed a lawsuit with 7 plaintiffs in the 35th District.
It's really a reflection of a much larger mood in the mid-Michigan area of discontent that they're not having their say in Lansing.
The lawsuit argues the Michigan Constitution requires Governor Whitmer to call a special election to fill the vacancy. But attorney and former legal counsel to Governor Granholm, Steve Little, says that case won't go anywhere.
It's a frivolous lawsuit because regardless of what you believe as to when the governor should fill the position, the Constitution doesn't set a deadline. Sometimes the Constitution imposes a duty on the governor, and it will say the governor must, for example, sign or reject a bill from the legislature within 14 days, measured in hours and minutes. They've done it elsewhere. They've just chosen not to do so here.
The governor's office hasn't said why an election hasn't been called, but some local leaders say every day without a senator hurts. In a written statement, Representative Bill Schuette in the 95th District says, quote, Governor Whitmer's refusal to call a special election in the 35th State Senate District continues to deprive more than 270,000 people in Midland, Bay, and Saginaw of their full voice in Michigan's legislature. This should not be about politics. This should be about doing the right thing and calling the vote.
We have a separation of powers in Michigan. And that means, since 1874, Michigan courts have held that you can't bring a lawsuit to force the governor to perform a constitutional duty.
Ellison says the case has already been assigned to a judge, and his team is asking for it to be expedited. But it's ultimately up to the court to set the timeline. In the meantime, residents in the 35th District will remain without a senator until Governor Whitmer calls a special election. Stay with Mid-Michigan Now as we continue to follow this developing story. In the studio, Andrea Flores, Mid-Michigan Now.